Hey, what is up guys, it's Diego back in another video, and before we get into today's video, I do want to apologize if you guys hear any background sounds. My neighbor seems to be doing some yard work, and I couldn't really find another time to actually record this video, so again, I do apologize for that. But let's go ahead and get into today's topic, because today's topic is something that's a little bit different for the channel, and something that I wouldn't normally talk about. See, I say that, but I feel like lately I've been doing a lot of new things here on the channel, a lot of different things that I wouldn't normally do on the channel, because before 2020, basically, my channel used to be a lot more grounded. It used to be something very simple and straightforward, but now it's kind of everything. I've kind of managed it in a way where I basically talk about anything. And today's topic is something, again, that I wouldn't normally be talking about, but today I wanted to do something a little bit different. Today I wanted to talk about this because this is something that is incredibly exciting, something that is worth talking about. What we're going to be talking about today is something that you probably already heard of. In the Jurassic Park community, this thing is kind of trending. But today we're going to be talking about an upcoming Jurassic Park mod known as Jurassic Life. Now, I don't know much about this mod, and if you don't worry. Again, I don't know much about it either, and you're not the only one. All I know about this mod is that the game that it's being modded on is Half-Life 2. And I don't know much about Half-Life 2 except for the fact that it's an alien game that takes place in a futuristic world in which the world is infested with said aliens, and you play as, I guess, humanity's last hope into killing these aliens and saving the world. I don't know much about the game, so I do apologize if the synopsis is not completely accurate, but I do know that it's basically in the form of a first-person shooter, and that's pretty much all I know. It's not a recent game. This game is actually kind of old. It's like 16 years old. It was released in 2004 on November something, I think. Again, I don't know much about the game, but I do know that Jurassic Life is going to be modded on this game, or is modded on this game. From what I know, this mod is definitely something that has been worked on for a very long time. I'm not sure how long, but apparently, from what I've heard, this mod has been worked on for literally years. Again, from what I've heard of, I don't know much about this mod. Today, that's basically what we're going to be figuring out. And basically any new information on this mod that I can find. But from what I do know, this mod is not like any other mod you would actually expect, because this mod has a lot more than what you would expect from a usual mod. Usually when games are modded, the only things that really change, aside from, I guess, skins, are, a few added additions into the game, and maybe differences in texture, and that's pretty much all I can really think of as far as a basic mod goes. Obviously there's been games out there that have been modded to the point where it's basically a completely different game, right? And it has like all new added things, new added story, and new added characters, new added creatures and whatnot. This is basically what Jurassic Life is. Think of it as Half-Life 2, but literally everything is replaced with Jurassic Park. Fans of the franchise basically took Half-Life 2 and completely modded it to make it all Jurassic Park. And it's really cool because, again, this is not really like any other mod or basic mod that you would think of, because this mod contains a campaign story in which you play as Robert Muldoon, a character from the original Jurassic Park movie, in a first-person shooter game where you basically have to survive Jurassic Park, I guess. I don't really know much about the plot. That's basically what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be researching a little bit on the plot. As you guys can probably already tell, I'm kind of doing this video on the go. I'm not really doing anything scripted. I'm literally finding out things as I go. So I do apologize if this seems a little unprofessional, but this is what I'm going to be doing a little bit for a while, because despite the fact that we're all basically on lockdown, at least we're the area that I'm in, I still have a lot of stuff that I need to do. I still have, work, and I still have online school at least. So I still have a lot to do. So a lot of these videos, they take a lot of time to work with when it comes to making a script and everything. Just, believe it or not, writing scripts for the videos is probably one of the things that I hate doing the most. But at the same time, I actually kind of love it because then you don't get rambles like these. I don't go off topic. But yeah, just expect expect more videos like this. If you guys are, you know, reoccurring fans of the channel, if you guys keep coming back to this and you're so used to the scripts, I do apologize. I'm going to be doing videos like this because this is just more convenient for me. But anyways, let's get back on topic. Today, basically, we're just going to be kind of looking around to see what Jurassic Life is. And basically, the first thing I want to get out there is the fact that this mod, from the picture that I've seen and the trailer that I've seen, looks absolutely amazing. I just can't believe that this is a mod and not an independent game, like not a game on its own. This is something that a fan made, keep in mind. And I'm just baffled by that, because this game, I'm going to go on a rant here a little bit, but this is a game made by a fan, not even a game, just a mod made by a fan, put into a game that already exists, and it looks so good. It looks so much better, just given from the pictures and trailers, from some of the stuff that we've been given before. And the fact that a fan went out, like, I feel like we have more fan-made Jurassic Park games than actual Jurassic Park games made by official companies, obviously by Universal mainly, but, you know, other companies like Frontier Developments, who created Jurassic World Evolution. It's baffling to me. That's not a bad thing. That just shows how amazing this fan base is. They're willing to go to that extent to make a game for other people who are fans of the franchise. There's that much passion with this. This is a passion project, and that is what I absolutely love about this. This is why I'm giving so much praise to Jurassic Life. And yes, I know I haven't done a whole lot of research on it, obviously given from that intro over there, but from what I've read, this just sounds like fans of the movie who really wanted a game based around Jurassic Park that they just weren't given. So they decided to go out of their way to make a game that they saw, a game that they envisioned, and they wanted to share it with the world of people who are also fans of this movie franchise. That's how I see it, given from the information that I found. So according to what I found here, it looks like the team behind Jurassic Life is still working on the game. Again, it will be released sometime later this year in 2020, but it looks like they're still trying to look for people to actually help with this game. According to what I'm reading here, it says here on a ScreenRant article that I'm reading, the team is still currently looking for volunteers who can do some C++ coding and character modeling work. I don't know what C++ coding is. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. It could be C++ or some shit. I don't know. I know a lot of people are good. There are some people who are like good at coding or just know coding. Will comment down below that I'm probably saying this wrong. I do apologize, okay? Just in advance. But yeah, it looks like they are still trying to get people to help with this. I don't even know if it's officially going to be released this year, because according to this, they're hoping that it is. That doesn't really mean that it will be, so I don't really know. But it looks like they don't know either, which is fine. You know, I would rather have them work on this game as much as possible than to have it rushed like other games that I know. But despite those games, they're still okay. That's all I gotta say about things. But I don't know. This game just looks like it's a clear passion project, and the fact that it's gonna have a campaign where you play as Robert Muldoon, basically navigating your way around Isla Nublar during a dinosaur outbreak. It just sounds amazing. It sounds like the game that people have been hoping for, because in this fan base, people who are fans of Jurassic Park, you know, we don't have a whole lot of Jurassic Park / World games. We do have a lot of Jurassic Park games, but those games are for consoles that were around the time that Jurassic Park was released, which, keep in mind, was in 1993. So basically these games were for older consoles. As far as next-gen consoles go, we don't really have a whole lot of Jurassic World games, because that's really what it is now. You know, we don't have any more Jurassic Park games because obviously Universal renamed this franchise to Jurassic World, and now any game that they make is going to be Jurassic World titled. So the only Jurassic World games we have for the next gen consoles are literally just Lego Jurassic World the game and Jurassic World Evolution. And I've mentioned this before on the channel. It's annoying how little games we have when it comes to this franchise, at least with Jurassic World, seeing how it's such a popular franchise. Regardless, you know, the amount of Jurassic Park games that we have is pretty good. You know, even for the third installment of the franchise, one that is considered one of the worst, if not the worst of the franchise, ended up getting like 3 or 4 games. And just that movie alone, again, one considered the worst in the franchise, got 4 games. So I don't really know why Jurassic World didn't release any games. I don't really want to get into that because I've gotten into that before, and it's just become a long rant at this point, and I don't want to keep bringing it up, even though I kind of already did. So I won't get into it, but basically my point is, when it comes to Jurassic Park / World games, you don't really see a whole lot of them nowadays. And it's really cool to see that there's people that are willing to work on something like this for a long time, just to bring it out to people who are huge fans of this game. And when I say a long time, I mean a very long time. Now, according to a website that I'm currently on right now called Moddb.com, or Moddb.com, I don't know. I'm sorry if I am not saying this right, but from what it looks like here, it looks like there is multiple articles on Jurassic Life dating back literally to January 15th of 2008, and that's just on this. I don't really know if maybe they had been working on the game longer, but that is literally over 10 years ago. That is a long time. That is over a decade. That's 12 years, guys. I don't know if it's because they were just really limited on resources at the time, and that's why it took them so long to work on this, or if maybe their personal lives got like in the way. I don't want to say like in the way, because I feel like that just sounds a little messed up, like their personal lives aren't the priority, but no, like their personal lives ended up, I guess, making them put the process of making the game on pause just so they could tend to, again, their own personal lives, which is probably why, because according to this, they went on hiatus, I guess once or twice, and that's kind of why this game is taking so long, because keep in mind, this is not a company that's working on this. This is a fan-made game made by independent people who don't have a lot of, and it's not even a game, this is a mod, this is a mod worked by, I guess, only a certain amount of people who are still currently looking for help on specific parts of the game. So yeah, I can understand why this took a long time. Also, one thing I wanted to point out was that in this article, people who are working on this mod, I think they're called Team Butane. If I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but they have been answering people's questions who have been commenting on this article here on Moddb or Moddb, and basically on one of their responses to a question that a fan or somebody that had about this mod was, there is another protagonist in the story we won't disclose, but you might remember them from the first JP film. It's your guess who they are, Team Butane. That's really cool. I'm really glad that these guys are following, I wouldn't say continuity completely, I would say just some accurate information based around the Jurassic Park film. It might not follow the, complete continuity of the actual film. Now, it's really anybody's guess who this protagonist could be. It could be any of the original 3 characters of Jurassic Park, and out of the 3, I think the most likely one to be alongside Robert Muldoon in this game would probably be Ellie Sattler, since that, given if they are going to be following the continuity of the film, she was with him when they were wandering around the park in search of Grant and the kids during that whole dinosaur outbreak. So obviously I don't think they could really base a whole modded game or campaign around just that, since at the time frame was pretty short, I'd say. So I don't really know, but just because Ellie Sattler was with Robert Muldoon in those scenes, it's possible maybe the chances of her being this protagonist that they have teased is greater than the other 2. But again, that's just a guess, really. So I don't really know. Again, it could be the other 2 as well. It could be Dr. Grant or Ian Malcolm. I feel like it would be one of the 3 original characters. My guess is that it's it's Ellie Sattler. But again, I don't know 100%. But that's just my guess, my theory of what might happen. And I'm excited to see what it is, who this protagonist is going to be. But yeah, that's just one thing I've noticed. And it seems like, according to some of these responses, that this person, Critter Moon, who I'm assuming is part of the development team behind Jurassic Life, because this person has been answering pretty much everybody's questions on this article in regards to Jurassic Life, and he or she always ends it with Team Butane, which are the team of people that are behind Jurassic Life. But it seems that, according to some of these responses that Critter Moon has, they are committed to finishing a few things, even though some people are asking them to, they should release a certain version of this game that's kind of already complete. But it just goes to show that these people behind this game are really trying to release a good finishing. I don't want to say product, because they're not selling it. It's not for commercial use. They're not trying to profit off of it. It's a fan game, but they do want to have. They do want to give it to us finished. They don't want to give us like a half-assed game, from what it sounds like. If they wanted to give us a half-assed game, I'm pretty sure they would have released it a long time ago with the resources they were given. But instead, they waited this amount of time so that they could do it right. And that's what it looks like here, according to this article and according to what I've read so far. So that's definitely appreciated. If there's something that I'm missing, maybe something that I have not pointed out yet, maybe a fact or information about Jurassic Life that I have not talked about yet in this video, please do not hesitate to let me know in the comments down below. I know that despite the amount of research I do for these videos, maybe not this one in particular, because I was just kind of learning as I went, I could still get things wrong. So if I did get any information wrong, or if I left anything out, again, please let me know. All I ask is that you do it in a civil fashion. And that's pretty much all I have for today. Before I end this, I do want to thank anybody who came from the Jurassic World /Park Facebook groups that I shared this video to. It's much appreciated that you guys take time out of your day to watch my video, and I just want to thank you guys so much for that. It really means a lot. It's much appreciated. And I'm going to start a new thing where if you're part of these Jurassic Park /World Facebook groups, if you share my post of me sharing my video, then I'll go ahead and give you a shout out in the next video. So if you guys want a shout out, go ahead and go to one of these Facebook groups, share my post, and I will go ahead and give you that shout out in the next video. But yeah, that's all I have to say for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more information on Jurassic Life and other cool dinosaur content that I make on this channel, then go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, that's all I have to say for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and please have a nice day.